in the third periods. Wisconsin has won 2. At that time, Lewis hangs on, and now 9-6 the score. Both Rutgers and Wisconsin, they've each won 2 bouts. Ryan Taylor, though, has the pin. That's worth 6. Wisconsin up 3. And here we go, Sean. This is the premier matchup. You got number 3, Isaac Jordan for Wisconsin. Number 8, Anthony Perrotti at 165.
Yeah, no, you're right. This is one of the premier matches of the duel, like we talked about earlier. But you know, right now, if you're a Rutgers fan or a Wisconsin fan, you feel good and bad, because Rutgers fans right now, their athletes are not finishing the matches or the periods, and if you're a Wisconsin, you love the way your athletes are finishing the matches. I mean, they're wrestling for every single second right now, and this is not characteristic of the Rutgers team that you're used to seeing every day.
Rutgers 12 in the country. 13-3 overall, the 3 Big Ten wins. Got 7 Scarlet Knights ranked this week.
Which, by the way, if you wrestle the way you are tonight, means nothing. I'm being really critical of the athletes and the officials tonight, but they wrestle like this against Michigan, and I'll tell you, they'll lose by 25 points. I mean, because Wisconsin, take nothing away from what they've done over the years. This is just not their year, and Michigan's a top 10 team in the country for a reason. And if you come into the rack on Sunday feeling like this, it's going to show greater than it's showing right now.
Iowa, Penn State, Rutgers, Michigan. We got 9 different Big Ten teams in the top 25, and those few that just named are right in the top 15. Perrotti, he's the redshirt senior from Roseland, New Jersey. Went to West Essex High School. He really got a heck of a fight from Judd Ziegler against Princeton last Sunday. It was a 9-5 decision, but he's 14-1 overall this year. And how about the rematch between these two, Perrotti and Isaac Jordan? They met at the 2014 NCAA championship, and Jordan, he escaped in the second period, got some riding points to beat out Perrotti 2-0 overall to take that one to the NCAA championship. So this is kind of the rematch a couple of years in the making here.
Yeah, oh, Jordan right there trying to get 2 points, and he comes across for a pancake, gets him on his back, gives up at least 2 backs.
Looked like we only saw 1 swipe.
Oh, man, it looked like 2 from way up here. I can't tell if he's holding any. He's not holding any.
Riding time is kicked in.
Unless he's saying that he still has the leg turked, so he's not going to give up points, or he's not going to award the points, but no back points on that, which, great. I'm a bit surprised myself. But no, this is a huge matchup, and Perrotti has, you mentioned it here, right here it is. You see him step right, boop, right through there, puts him to his back. There's Barry Davis hollering, jumping around again. This place is going to boo him. Watch. There it is, if you can hear that.
And Goodale on the other side is trying to wave him back to his own bench. And he's got to be checking to see if there should have been 2 back points just at the tail end of the first period.
I'll tell you this. If they review it, there should be 2 back points, because he's clearly on his back for more than 2 seconds. Takedown, 1, nothing. 1, 2, I don't know. To me, it's 2 back points, but they're not going to overturn the call. The call is the call. So they say it's no back points. It's not going to be back points when they come back.
Here's TJ.
And although Barry Davis has been getting booed constantly every time he keeps running onto the mat, it seems like almost every time he argues he's actually correct. He just got that home field advantage going against him. But he's going to have to be careful, because if he keeps running onto the mat like that, he may be penalized in the future. Back to you.
And Sean, you brought it up previously to that point. He was warned earlier in this match. Barry Davis, 4-time All-American when he was at Iowa, 1984 silver medalist to the Olympics. 20, 2+ years at Wisconsin. So Anthony Perrotti's trying to do what no one's done against Isaac Jordan in a long time. Jordan, a 17-match win streak, and he's trying to take his opponent to the mat right there.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying about Perrotti before the scuffle at the head table there over the back points or not, is that Perrotti, you mentioned he had a tough match against Princeton, and no disrespect to any of the other wrestlers, but Anthony Perrotti has a history of wrestling to the level of his competition. If you're the best guy in the country or the worst guy in the country, he will wrestle almost an even match with you 80% of the time. So he, in a match like this with Isaac Jordan, one thing about Anthony Perrotti is he's a gamer. He gets excited for the big moment. He gets excited for the big name. He wants to be the headline, so he understands that this is one of those times, and he really comes prepared. And right now, losing 2-0 with over 1.5 minutes of riding time for Jordan. But this is one of the moments that a guy like Perrotti lives for, because he gets excited to wrestle the top guys in the country.
You talk about Perrotti. What's the biggest strength of a guy like Isaac Jordan there, the redshirt junior from Ohio, number 3 in the country? You can see he's trying to take advantage of this matchup.
Yeah, he's got to, this could be a huge win for him. It's huge for seeding, it's huge for the NCAAs, but he's got to be able to get out here and not just hang on and hope that there's a stall call, which is what he looked like he was looking for right there. With now 2 minutes of riding time here in the second period, he's got to really look to escape. But Isaac Jordan doing a great job, looking for a cross leg Turk, trying to run it across there. He wants to see if he can get that out, run at the chin. Not going to be able to with 2 seconds left here, but 2.5 minutes of riding time.
Isaac Jordan, the 2015 Big Ten champion, has the 2-point advantage over Perrotti as we start the third period. Jordan undefeated this season, 17 straight match win streak. And he just took down number 6 in the country, Steven Rodriguez, who's in the 165 weight class for Illinois. Wisconsin got the pin right out of the gate. Ryan Taylor against Anthony Giraldo. And the Badgers trying to take 3 of the first 5 bouts before the intermission.
And very, very similar to the 2-0 win at the NCAAs a couple years ago, huh? It's 2-0 right now, riding time ticking back down, but still in favor of Jordan right now. And 1:15 left. You got to either look for a turn, and he's good on top. He'll roll back claw, see if he can get a quick tilt. But he's got to start to think, create some action to see if points can be turned. But another 22 seconds of riding him, and you kick him and see if he can start to get some takedowns. But, a tall task against one of the best wrestlers in the NCAA.
And there's the escape point for Jordan. Got a couple All-Americans going at it. Now, if you're Perrotti, you're clearly playing for the takedown. 35 seconds to go.
Riding time still a factor, 4-0, almost locked up. Another 5 seconds, it'll be locked up. It looks like Wisconsin is going to take a 12-6 lead here at the half, and you really didn't think it was going to look like that going into the half, but nonetheless, like I said, you never count out a Coach Barry Davis team, and Wisconsin is strong every year. And the next 5 weight classes, the big fellas are going to have to pick up the little guys. All season long, it's been the lower weights carrying the team, and the big guys are going to have to pick them up here.
12-6 Wisconsin.